I store my yeast in the fridge. Here we start out with 3 cups of milk and 1 stick of butter. I will put the butter in the milk and microwave for 2.5 minutes. While the milk and the butter are in the microwave, I will add 1/4 cup of flaxseed and grind them up in a coffee grinder. Just like this. And that is what it looks like. I start to put the honey in the bottom of the mixing bowl. And I do not measure this, but it's approximately, once the bottom is, this isn't easy to do with one hand. About that much honey so the bottom of the bowl is covered. I add 2 tablespoons of sugar and the 5 teaspoons of yeast. When taking the milk out of the microwave, make sure that you stir to make sure there are no hot spots in the milk. So I just stir that up a bit. And slowly add this to our mixing bowl. At this time I also add the flax seed and the dried milk, which I cannot reach, so hold on. And the dried milk. Now I do not do any stirring yet. I'm very careful about measuring the flour. As you see, this is heaping over the top. I will use a flat spatula to wave that across that and make it even. Okay, I have measured out 2 cups of wheat flour and 6 cups of bread flour. Now I have not done any mixing in the mixing bowl yet. So at this time I'm going to add the wheat flour and the bread flour. Now I have not added any of the salt yet because I don't want the salt to touch. So I'll add the salt at this time, and it's across the room. Here we go. And the salt. Okay, I just put the beater down, so let's turn it on, and oops, I didn't plug it in. That would help. Okay, we started out on stir. And I do not make it any faster until it's mixed more of it up. And you can see that it's starting to get moister, so I'm going to turn it up to 2. And you can see that it is quite sticky yet. Now I'll turn it up to 4. And I think it's way too sticky, so I'm going to add some more flour because I only have 8 cups in here so far. I am adding just a half a cup of flour. So now we have a total of 8.5 cups in. And I will start it out at stir again and let the flour work itself in there. Turn it up to 2. Oh, can't even tell the difference. All the way up to 4 now. And you can see that it's starting to come above where the beater, the bread hook is, so I will stop. And I'm going to tilt this back so you can see how sticky it still is. And I will scrape this off and put it in a bowl. I will not add any more flour to this. And this is the dough into a greased bowl. And what I do is put it on my stove. And right here I have a vent because my oven is already on. And I take and cover it with a towel. And let it sit here. And what I normally do then is make up another batch of bread because I can put 6 loaves in at a time. And here's the second loaf, ready to sit next to the other loaf to rise. I will show you what it looks like later. Okay, it's been an hour and a half, and this is what the first one looks like. And you can see over here, the second one looks like that. So I'm gonna take and knead those right now. Okay, here we go. And you can see the texture of the bread has now changed. So I just knead it and see how it looks. And it's looking pretty good right now. So now what I'm gonna do...
Mom, I accidentally got up for a little bit.
It's okay. We're gonna separate it now and put it into pans. So I'm gonna take in, get the pans. And spray the
1 minute.
Spray the pans with spray. And then work each ball separately. Into a nice little section and put that into a pan. See? Beautiful. Next one. There's number 2. Alright, and number 3. I now set up the bread with like a tent on the stove to rise. The first rise took 90 minutes. We'll see how long the second rise takes. Okay, here is about 45 minutes of rise time. I will put them in the oven now at 350 for 35 minutes. And here are my 6 loaves of bread that I just got out of the oven. 35 minutes at 350, and they need to cool for at least 90 minutes, where then I will cut with my slicer and electric knife. Good luck! Alright, here is the bread in the slicer, and what I do is hold it on this end and then take the electric knife and cut, but I can't do it at the same time, so end. Okay, this is showing the slice of the bread, and I'm just going to give you an idea how tender it is by seeing How I press my finger in it, it still leaves a dent.